to you. A lot of people trying to make head or tail of what the Prime Minister said. Your colleagues say it's a dignified and statesmanlike offering from him. Those on the other side of the House saying that it's a blatant piece of party gamesmanship and has nothing to do with dignity.
What it is, I think, is it brings sense to this very, very complicated and difficult situation which the election result threw up. No party won. No party leader got a very clear mandate. The Tories got most seats, they got the biggest share of the vote, and the options remain a minority Tory government, some sort of deal between the Tories and the Liberals, and they can carry on their discussions with that. But what's happened today is that Nick Clegg has indicated to Gordon Brown that there may be sense in actually a discussion developing. There have obviously been sort of behind the scenes discussions going on, but a proper policy-based discussion developing between Labour and the Liberal Democrats to see whether the basis for a coalition government can be formed. And I think actually a lot of people will feel that's not about, if that materialises, is not a bad outcome from this election. Let's just, you know, go back a bit where we were.
Do you think that's what the British people really voted for?
Well, what they certainly didn't. They certainly voted for change of some sort. No doubt about that. Let me finish. They voted for change of some sort.
I thought you wanted to have a discussion.
No, I wanted to answer Jeremy's question, if I may.
Oh, right.
They wanted change of some sort. They did not go for David Cameron, despite the utterly slavish media support that he got, despite all the money from Lord Ashcroft and his friends, despite the fact that we'd had the recession and so forth. They didn't really want Cameron. There's obviously been, Gordon accepts that there was...
Well, he appeared to be their least worst option. They certainly didn't give Gordon Brown a ringing endorsement.
What Gordon said was no party leader and no party won the election.
Let's be clear about the facts of the election. In the election, we take three main parties.
Yeah.
There is one party that lost both in terms of share of the vote and seats, that is Labour. There is one party that is behind the Conservatives. And on top of that, we've now got a Prime Minister who wants to stay on for 4 months, but is saying he's going to resign in 4 months' time. Now, none of that, with all due respect, Alastair Campbell, can be seen as a vote of confidence by the voters in the Labour Party.
But nobody's saying that it is. In fact, that's the whole point.
Well, you're saying nobody won. What I'm saying is, if you just look at the results, there is a party which clearly lost,
what you're therefore
as
saying,
it moved down.
Yeah, what you're saying, though, is that, look, David Cameron didn't do that much better than some of his predecessors, but look, I accept he got more seats and a bigger share of the vote.
My point is,
but my point is, the situation constitutionally...
And the second point...
Can I answer the first one?
Yeah, well, the second point
answer the first one?
If you put together the percentages of the vote, all the parliamentary seats, a Lib-Lab combination doesn't do it.
No, you'd then have to look at other parties. You'd have to look at other, but nor does a minority Tory government.
Yeah, but a Lib-Lab, a Lib Conservative coalition clearly has a majority and a majority of seats.
And that may happen. Yeah. And all that's happened today...
Why not do what Malcolm Wick says and just go quietly, accept that you lost this election? Why not do what David Blunkett says and accept that you lost this election?